Hey everybody, my name is Alden,
I'm Drew.
and welcome to Dark Souls. We're still on the kick of not wanting to do a depressing game, so we're doing a game all about depressing things.
Yep.
Um,
We've come full circle. We went from Silent Hill 2 to Gex the Gecko, back around to Dark Souls.
yeah. So this is sort of just going to be like a faff about playthrough. So we are going to chill out for the intro, and then we will be right back with you. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. We're gonna create a character here. I guess let's just kind of just go over the. I'm gonna. Oh, keyboard. Oh boy, I'm not used to PC. Excuse. Oh no.
Oh no.
We're gonna call this guy the
Archibald.
Oh, right. Caps lock. The Archibald.
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 Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, Archibald. He's gonna be man. Good. Good. Yes. Enter. Okay. It's gonna be man. I always like taking the thief, because he comes with the master key, so it kind of gives you like even more.
Oh snap! You don't even have to take it as your gift.
Yeah. So like I like taking that and then taking like.
Take another master key.
Yeah, you really could. It's just like yeah, I threw one away. But yeah, let's get a black firebomb. Actually, I'm gonna do
Sure.
that. Physique, slim, very slim. Yeah, let's do very slim. Why not? Face.
Tiny thief man.
Oh. You know what? That's good. We're gonna color. Here are the options. I don't know. Why not
Give him the Vegeta hair.
the Vegeta hair?
Yeah.
Receding. Okay, cool. Color. Here.
It's gotta be Super Sand.
It's Super Sand. So we're kind of. This is kind of just a faffing about one. We're planning on doing an actual Let's Play here to explain stuff, but I just kind of wanted something that I could just check out with. So okay, we're gonna go ahead and start, and here's some story.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
Dragon looks crazy.
But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold. Life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
It's like a whole bunch of people just going. Duh.
Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease.
He killed the tree.
The scales
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Oh boy. That's the guy on the cover. Alright, cool. Yeah, sorry for all the artifacting in that intro there. I don't know what was going on with that. It's new.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is Dark Souls. Oh my god, it's running like poop. Hold on. Let me see if I can... I don't
PC
know if...
settings.
I don't know if changing this is gonna be a good idea. I don't know if... I'm gonna leave it. Alright. Okay, so... I don't know, the way I like to play Dark Souls, I just kind of like run through it now. I mean, I'm a big proponent of like exploring and really looking at stuff. But you know, if it depends on how you want to play. If you want to play and, you know, really get a feel for the world, if you're looking for world building, if you're looking for, you know, that sense of satisfaction there, I would say really slow up and watch, you know, different things. We're not going to do that on this Let's Play. It's kind of me faffing about. As you know, when you start out on this game, it's like everything's a real challenge. So everything has that sense of like, you know, overcoming like an obstacle. But as you get better at the game, really, it sort of switches up and becomes really a sense of abnegation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So-
It's playing through your first time is a very different experience from like your 10th time making a character.
Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm just kind of like doing this more sort of to check out. I mean, Bloodborne's coming out in a week or 2 weeks or
snap.
something like that. So I'm like really excited for that. I'm just like, I need to crush some Dark Souls. Our first boss is up there. The reason that I take the Thief a lot is because I like the Master Key, but also if I want to decide to go to a strength build, we actually get one of the stronger weapons in the game right here. The only way to get this is to kill this guy right now. You can come back and fight him later, or you can kill him now. I'm going to kill him now.
Alright then. Let's do it. With your broken
Nah.
sword handle.
Oh. I might die.
Your black fire bombs.
Yeah, if I die, I might not do it, but oh man. The frame rate issue here is kind of jerking around with me. I don't know how I'm feeling about it, but this is a really easy way to get this weapon early on in the game. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did not
those
do that.
black fire bombs really seem to be doing a hell of a job on him. And
Yeah.
the agility from the thief armor set really helps with dodging his attacks.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the bad points, and this is going to be for any starting character, it really doesn't matter what strength you're at. You're not going to have enough strength to wield this. But just giving you a... Yeah, so that's that. This thing is insane. It takes away all of my what's it called?
All of your stamina in a
All
single
my
swing.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I guess we should go over a couple of things here. Oh my gosh, this frame rate. I might have to like dumb the settings down a bit. This might be too hard for my PC to handle.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. This is a really a really big proponent of this game is about managing your stamina. This is not like a hack and slash like a God of
Not
War
like
kind
a
of
Devil
thing.
May Cry or a God of War.
Yeah, yeah. This is all about like really taking your time. Like you'll see, I'm gonna deploy my shield here. I'm gonna hold up my shield here so that I can run and chase this guy down long enough so that I can get my bandit's knife, which actually is a really good weapon. Doesn't look it at start, but it is really good.
The scaling that's good on it.
It's actually the backstab and parry. So for like this guy, if I go, messed up. I'm gonna have to get used to this with the frame rate. But if you can get behind one of your enemies, or if you can parry one of your enemies, the damage that it outputs, when you do a backstab or a parry, is much greater because it's got a greater multiplier than most weapons.
I see.
So here
That's
we're gonna
pretty
get a
cool.
little bit, yeah. So we're gonna get a little bit more story here. We're not gonna go through all the story. Actually, you know what? I'm even gonna save all this stuff here. We're gonna save all this stuff. I want to do this for when we do our actual Let's Play.
Actual Let's Play.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. I need more stuff. Yeah. Okay, so
Not
if you
done
kill,
giving you stuff.
yeah, if you kill that the asylum demon prior to coming here, he gives you the big pilgrim's key, which is what you get from the asylum demon if you don't kill him there.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he only gave you the one key. I've never been able to kill the asylum demon. I didn't know about bringing black fire bombs, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really. I mean, it depends on what type of build you're gonna go for. I mean, I just kind of do this. I'm not doing any sort of speed run or anything like that. I'm just kind of faffing about. But if you've got an idea of the kind of build that you want in your head, definitely go with that. I know a lot of people say it doesn't really matter what your starting class is, but
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of does. If once you know what you're doing, it kind of does because you want to get ramped up as soon as possible, make the early game easier, that kind of thing.
yeah, and there's definitely optimal ways to get to certain builds. And it's
Yeah.
not like if you don't do the optimal path, it's going to be awful, but obviously
Yeah.
there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it.
Yeah, so newer players, this guy is really important. This is he's just a random enemy, but he's the first enemy that you counter with a shield. This guy is actually here. If you look here, these are the dev messages. Behind an enemy, you get a critical hit. That's their backstab. And then if you read this one, your parry is left trigger. And then after you parry, your attack is a riposte, which will, again, do a lot of damage, especially if you're a thief. So this guy is here so that you can practice. His attacks are really slow and really good telegraphed. And you'll see, I did just a ton of damage by just
Yeah,
parrying.
really.
Yeah, just parry and then hit. So definitely want to come in here practice. When you go to your bonfire, it fully heals you. So, you know, maybe go over here, run, do some practicing. If you get messed up too much, just go back. You know, it's pretty easy. Whatever, I'll take some damage. Who cares? Watch, I'm gonna die here, watch. Ah, okay, cool. Alright, cool. So then we are done here. I'm just gonna go on and head into Firelink Shrine.
Nice. Yeah, I like that they have that very deliberate enemy layout there to sort of try and teach you the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, and they do that a lot here, especially this is really the tutorial area. So they give you a feel of like the kind of bosses that you're going to go up. You're going to go up against a big guy, and you know he's relatively weak comparatively. But you'll see like later on that will be just like a regular enemy. So that's the kind of like ramp up time that we have here. But then you know all the placement. It's you get a feel for like, oh, I'm going to have to fight guys who have ranged attacks. Oh, I'm going to have to fight guys who come and ambush me. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
It is stated,
By the way, while we're hold on one second.
one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Yep, and we are at Firelink Shrine, so right here. Oh, what? I just got an achievement for this. That's new.
For what?
Oh, you know what? I haven't played this. Oh man, so I played this when it was Games for Windows Live, and I got. Oh, that really kind of sucks actually, because I was playing this to go for the Dark Souls achievement, which means I have to start over.
Oh no!
That sucks. Ah well, it's not like I'm all that upset. I enjoy doing it. While we're just kind of faffing about, I'm just gonna go pick up some stuff. But I wanted to give a quick shout out. One of my coworkers, Brian Bruno, he's actually watching the watching us record this. He can't hear us, and we can't hear him. But he's hanging out on the new Steam broadcast, and he's learning to get good. So mad props to him. Also, Brian, if you are watching this episode, thank you for the Pliny the Elder. There is a brewing company that is, hold on one sec, it is Russian River Brewing Company, who makes this limited edition beer, Pliny the Elder. It's super hard to get, and it's super tasty, and his cousin went out and got a bunch of bottles for him, and he gave me one, so that
Snap.
is mad awesome. I'm drinking that now. So,
Bro tier right there.
yeah, dude, he's like my Drew away from home.
I'm happy to be a part of that analogy.
Yes. Oh, I don't know what I've done. Okay.
Oh no.
Let's talk to Petrus. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 I don't care.
Blah, 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 blah.
He's Miracle Guy, right? There
Yeah.
you go.
Very well.
Blah, 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 blah. Yes.
What is your decision? Yes. Haha.
Yeah, why not? Whatever. I need to do it for the Chivo now.
Oh. Typical Dark Souls fare of talk to dudes until they've exhausted their dialogue.
Wait, I didn't get a Chivo for that?
Come again. The effectiveness.
That's weird. How did I get to Lordran Chivo, but not that? Oh well.
Man, I think
Yeah, so first thing you'll notice is I've got my souls here. I'm gonna actually spend them. A lot of people asked, and there's a lot of people that I hang out with, and a couple of people that I talk to online that ask me like how I play this game. I love Dark Souls. This is like this is actually my top game of all time right now.
Snap.
Yeah, it really is. Like I could go on forever. A lot of people ask, like, "Oh man, I heard this game was super hard," or, you know, I've started playing it, but I get super frustrated. What tips can you do to, or can you give me to make it easier? So I'll be kind of going over those. I know this is like old hat at this point. Anybody who's watched a Dark Souls video is like, oh well, I get it. You're gonna
get
say
the Swyander.
yeah, you're gonna say everything that Epic Name Bro says. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it I say is because it's true. This game really, I mean, everybody touts that this game is like super hard. It is. It's difficult, but it's not like it's not out of reach.
It's not like I want to be the guy.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is, you can get these guys up. This is the leveling mechanic here. You can get all these guys up to a maximum of, I believe, was it like 99 or something like that? I think the
Maybe.
maximum level cap is like 700 or something like that.
Something
So I
like
mean,
that.
really, you can make it like stupid easy if you wanted to. You choose when and what you want to level up. You choose when and what you want to level up as far as equipment is concerned, and you choose when and where you want to go. So really, a lot of the difficulty comes into not knowing what to do yet. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and level strength a bit. I don't really have an idea for this character yet.
I say just keep dumping stats so you can wield that giant club.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of I have an idea of what I want to
Okay.
do.
Alright.
I have an idea. I think what I might do is I might do like a faith dex build or
Okay.
faith build.
Alright.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, going back to that conversation, or I guess that monologue about difficulty. The idea is, like, at the beginning, you really don't know what's going on, and that really needs to prompt your willingness and your ability to explore. I mean, I'm glossing over a ton of stuff, and I'm just in the starting area, but there's like a ton of stuff that you can know about. All these pickups and stuff. I'm not even talking about like exploring as far as getting stuff, but like as far as the lore is concerned, as far as what everything does. I mean, the most important piece of information, I guess, again, we'll go over this, Drew, when we do the real playthrough. But like,
Yarp.
if you take a look at this humanity, it used to gain 1 humanity and restore a large amount of HP. You don't know what humanity is yet, but then like it says, use humanity to kindle bonfires. This is something that you actually have to come in and read. If you don't read what's going on, not only do you miss out on a lot of lore, but you miss out on a lot of the mechanics. So,
Yeah. One thing I really like about the Souls series in general is just how they give you this huge world with all of this. It's really rich with lore, but they don't just kind of shove it down your throat with like expository dialogue and stuff. They
Yeah.
just leave it in the world and they let the player experience it as if, they were someone who is not from here and is just like finding this all on their own.
yeah, so it's really like if you want to get the story, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But and that also goes for a lot of the difficulty. All the item placement is all in the same area. Like it's no matter what, there's no randomization in this game. So
Other than
if
like
you,
enemy drops.
yeah, other than like specifically enemy drops, but like the enemy placement is the same, the item placement is the same, the enemy attacks are very much the same. Once you learn an enemy's attack, it becomes very basic and
Yeah.
easier to dodge. That kind of thing. Like you're gonna see, like I'm actually not going the way that you're supposed to go at first. So like if you're a new player, don't go this way. Like it's bad times. You will make yourself very sad.
This
But I'm
is
going.
what I did the first time I played this game, and then I was very sad.
Yes. So like the reason I'm doing this is because I know where some of the items are placed, and I specifically picked the thief so that I could have the black firebomb and get that one weapon, and then also have this master key, which now I just used, to go and hang out over here. I'm gonna go get a weapon that I'm gonna use for a large part of the game.
Yeah, I said that the enemy drops are random, but for the most part, the weapons and the equipment that you're gonna use for most builds are in the world in specific locations. Like, there's really not a whole lot of super important stuff that you get from drops. It's mostly just like humanity and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, alright, I'm probably gonna die here, which is why I burned my souls in the beginning. Because I would like to get... You can get this safely. The Soul of a Proud Knight here. No worries. You can also get... The left one is the Dragon Crest Shield. And the right one is the Astora Straight Sword. I want both of them. Or actually, I think that's flipped. Excuse me. The left one is the sword, and the right one is the shield. If I try to go for the shield, then he's gonna wake up and try to blast me. So I might die. So I got the sword. He's cool. But now, and I got to bounce.
And good night move.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, and
There
I
you
died.
go.
There we go.
But
Whatever. I got what I came for. I'm gonna
you
do
lost
more.
22 souls. Meh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too big a deal. But now I got one of the weapons that I'm probably going to use whenever I whenever I start leveling up. I'm going to go
Yeah.
do one more run, and for this, I want to get everything off my hot bar, and I want just Homer and Bones.
Okay. That's one of the things I find about when you are really comfortable with this game and you're doing runs, you're making new characters, you get these runs that you do, and you just kind of are very like about the idea of dying. You just sacrifice yourself a bunch of times to pick up these items that are in very precarious spots, and then you've got the equipment that you're going to use for a large part of the game. Whereas, like, the first time I played this game, I was terrified of dying and, like, going in new places. Like, I walked with my shield up the entire game.
Yeah, you like really have to like slow up in the beginning because you're not used to like the way you move. You're not used to the way enemies move, and like it really gets overwhelming at first. And every time you go to a new area, you get new enemies, and just it just piles on. Like I'm 100% in agreement where, somebody says I got really turned off by the game.
That guy was worshipping the urn and you just crushed it.
Yeah, I just decided I don't like
For
him.
no other reason than to crush his hopes and dreams.
Oh, I forgot to look at that. But yeah, like, I can definitely understand when like someone says I got really turned off because I got so overwhelmed by what was going on, that I couldn't handle it. And I can appreciate that. Oh boy, I can appreciate that, definitely a lot because I actually encountered that myself. Like when I started playing this game, I got really like jittery and scared because every time I went up against I was getting killed by like normal enemies, and that was like something that just doesn't happen to us as gamers. Like people who are used to playing video games, like we don't respond well anymore when like a random enemy just goes and just destroys us.
Yeah, really. It's like you're used to the challenge coming from like the boss fights and like the more crescendo moments in the levels.
Yeah, and then like some random guy in some broken armor comes up and just destroys you, just
waves
wrecks
the
your
torch
day.
in your face, and you're just like, oh wow, that okay.
yeah. So like that gets super upsetting. Like after the 50th time that it happened. So yeah, like when I started playing this, I was really burnt out on it. Like I don't see the appeal. But like at that same point, and by the way, I'm reinforcing the Estus Flex with that item that I just got, the Firekeeper Soul. So now I'm starting the game going to the first area
With an Estus Flask +1.
Yeah, which is not what you're supposed to do, which is awesome. But like I put it down for a little bit. I put the game down for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I was thinking about game stopping it, and I'm really glad I didn't, because at one point I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give it another try. Because I was watching Epic Name Bro do his things, which, by the way, if you haven't seen his videos, you really should. Like, essentially going to be parroting everything he says throughout this. So like, don't even like I can't even act like if this is any original thought, because this is a lot of like what he says and what a lot of the community says. But he gave a really good bit of advice in one of his earlier videos in that, like, if you're having a lot of trouble with this game, slow up and practice. Like, again, going back to enemy placement, they do place enemies in the early part specifically so that you can oh, I gotta check. Specifically so that you can, you know, practice your practice what you're doing, and make sure that you know like how the mechanics work. So like that,
Yeah.
if I had to give any sort of if I had to give any sort of like advice to someone, it would be that. It would be just like slow up, practice.
Yeah, and I think definitely, like, if you get frustrated, yes, put it down, cool off, and come back to it. Like, it took me several years to beat Demon's Souls, because I would just put it down for months at a time, and then just be like, okay, you know what? I think I'm ready. Like, let me take another stab at this, and I would just get a little bit further every time until eventually I was able to beat it.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So now I have one of two shields that are one of two items that I'm going to be
Weapons.
using. Yeah, weapons. Let's use the Dragon Crest shield. I like the Dragon Crest shield above the target shield. More so because it's got, instead of 78 physical damage reduction, if you see damage reduction here,
Yep.
this means it's going to block 78% of whatever damage I take, whereas this one blocks 100% of physical damage. So,
Nice.
that being said, another mechanic I want to go over right before we go on, you'll see that now that I equip that, I'm now doing like a slower roll. You have weight in this game, and the way it works is if you are at, here, let me do this. If you take a look, my equip load right here is 15 out of 50, which is more than 25% of the weight that I can handle. So if you are above 25% but below 50%, you are going to do this. It's called the mid-roll. Okay. Conversely, if I go ahead and let's say I just I don't need this, I don't need these. So can I do with that? Yes. You'll see now I'm under 25%. Oh, I'm under 25% here. 12.1, just under, right? And now I can fast roll. So
Fast
if you
rolling is my jam.
yeah, fast rolling is really good. If you're playing a tankier character, you're going to be over 50%, so don't even bother. Don't worry about it. You
Yeah.
can shield everything. So again, this is another thing, actually, while we're on the subject. Okay, so this guy right here. Again, if you look at his attacks, he's really telegraphing everything. So use this time to either like parry him and riposte. Here, let's get that guy down there. Or with this guy, you know, maybe I want to just block and then just get around him and learn how to backstab. You know, but use these guys here to practice, because the bonfire is right there. You can just go back to the bonfire and heal up and then reset these guys and all that stuff. You know, this is your time to really just chill and learn how the game works.
Yeah.
Oh, I might die. There we go. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I don't have any Estus. What am I doing?
Ah,
Let's see. What was I saying about? I had a thought in my head, and then I got onto this conversation here.
slow up. Practice.
Yeah, I was gonna say something before that. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I had a my boss actually brought this one to me. He said he tried this game out, and he was like, I got super frustrated with it because well, what was it? It seemed like there was like, you know, there's certain ways that the game expects you to play. Like if you don't like build your character one way, you're gonna do poorly. And like I had to like just sit down and explain it to him. Like we went over it with a 5 minute conversation, but I mean I could go on for days about that. Like you can really play this game however you want. Like I'm playing this as a melee build. You can do this. I've seen runs where people are playing as like pure magic builds where they're not like doing any physical attacks at all. They're only using spells. I've seen like people do fast dex rollies like I'm doing right here. I've seen people do like really tanky builds. Anything really is viable. It's really just how you want to build your character. And the idea behind it is FromSoft really wanted you to be able to just like impart yourself onto your character. It's like really how you want to play. Like I want to use a whole bunch of heavy armor and I want to use big Zweihander and do that. You can.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. I want to use a bow and arrow and I want to just dodge everywhere. Go for it. I'm actually starting one right now. I was starting a challenge run that I saw somebody on YouTube do. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. If I can remember the YouTube run, I'll see if we can post it in the comments. But somebody actually is doing a Rocky run where they only wear pants armor. And the only weapons they're allowed to equip is the Caestus, which is a fist weapon. Other than that, like, there's no equipment whatsoever. They're not allowed to use any magic. They have to Rocky Balboa the whole game. So I saw that, I really liked it, so I was trying to do that. That was really fun. But like,
I was trying to do a similar thing in Dark Souls 2. I had a character named Bruce Wayne who was only allowed to punch things and wear black armor.
He's a punchmancer.
Yes, he's a punchmancer.
But yeah, like I mean, honestly, like you can build a character. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna stop here. I'm not gonna come this way. I'm not gonna come this way. You know what? We're gonna run around because there's another thing I want to show you guys. And this is actually something I learned from a speedrunner who was doing a. I'm sorry, no, this was not the speedrunner. This was I learned this from a German spy who is another YouTube Dark Souls guy. But there is a way that you can. There's a dragon right back past where I stopped running, who comes in and then he comes and wrecks your day, like later on in the game. But you can actually dodge right past him. You don't have to attack him at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Do go on.
Yeah. This is something because like I was really excited when I found this out because I hate that guy. I hate that Drake, and I really would rather he just never spawn. So I just kind of go for the Taurus Demon backwards because I like to get the souls from the Taurus Demon, but I don't like to fight that dragon ever.
Right on.
So come on, we're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go get past him. Get good.
I'm gonna go for a little trip. Take a ride.
Oh man. Just looking at the time, actually, we are at 40 minutes. Let's say we
I think we might want to split that last one up into 2 episodes.
Yeah, do you wanna put it in cut right here and just want to make it one big 40?
Yeah. Why don't we'll cut here and then we'll come back whenever we get where we're going.
We're gonna hash it out and we'll be right back.
See ya.